And hello, everyone, and welcome to Raising Cane's here on 16th Avenue in Laurel, where they have some of the most outstanding sauce, chicken, and fries, Coach. And the sweet tea's pretty good. Also, the lemonade. So they're going to be kicking it up with some chicken all day here. So if you're hungry later or now and you want to get something to eat, come by Raising Cane's. It's Kicking It with the Coach, and that is being sponsored by Middleton's Tree Service. You know Pete Wee Middleton?
I do. Know him well.
Yeah. He's a little crazy, but he said, I'll support you guys and support Coach Braddock and, what you guys are doing. So he's proud to be a part of it. So y'all give him a call. We dodged a big one with the hurricane, but there's a lot of them out there brewing in the Atlantic. So
yes, it is.
Y'all need to be prepared, and he's there for you to come help those big trees that fall. Well, today we got two special guests here. We have Bob McCory, defensive backs coach for the Tigers. Used to play with the Orioles organization, pitched at USM, and so it's good to have you on the show, Coach. Also, we have Cody Hyatt, our pal, player of the week. Cody had 8 tackles and a big interception that got the Tigers in scoring position late in the game against South Jones this past Friday night. This Friday night, the Tigers will be taking on Bay Springs at the Dog Pound. Dan Brady and his bunch are doing pretty well this year. But it seems like, Coach, that game, you guys have pretty much beat them the last several years that you played.
Yeah, Dan called Sunday. He called me Sunday. He said, well, here we are again. He said, we got a better record than y'all, and every year, y'all take it to us. So he was kind of picking at me about that, and I said, well, no, you got a pretty special group this year. I said we had some tough teams, and we kind of struggling. So he was kind of trying to pour them out, but Dan does a really good job with the guys, and he's got a great team, but we got a good team too. We've just played some really good people. We have a tough schedule, and our kids are fighting and clawing, and there's going to be wins for us. Like I told the kids yesterday, we're going to play this week and get through it, and we're not going to measure a success with a win or a loss. We want to get better this week. And then we'll put the first part of the season to bed, and we'll go play division, and we feel like we've got a chance to do well there.
All right, Coach. And this week's pal, Cody Hyatt from Sandersville, had 8 tackles and an interception in Friday's game. Talk about his play of the game, and what he did to help the team. If you had about 2 or 3 minutes left on the clock, it may have been a different story. But he did a great job on defense and really has come along and played well for the Tigers this season.
Yeah, he has. Cody's a great kid. He's a good young man. We're picking at him on the way over here, Coach McCrory. He doesn't say a lot, but he plays with a great motor. He tries to do exactly what you ask him. He's a sophomore. He's just a sophomore, so he's a young kid. And he's learning on the fly. But again, he's a great team player. He's a multi-sport guy. He plays basketball as well for us there in the jungle. He plays a lot of special teams, and you may see him at time to time at receiver, but he's a defensive back and a special teams player, and he's really done a good job. He got a real bright future.
All right, and Cody, talk about what did you see Friday night that helped you to be able to get those tackles against South Jones, who runs the ball really well. You had a big pick against John Mitchell Friday night. So talk about that, and what does it mean for you to have that success, as well as helping out your team trying to get that win.
Well, it felt good to catch the pick, but all I did was what my coach told me to do. I just executed what he told me to do and just played hard and played fast.
Talk about, this year's not going so well for you guys, but, Friday brings another game. Talk about the importance of Friday's game against Bay Springs, and what would it mean for this Tiger team to get that win, that first win of the season this Friday night?
To win this game, it'd be really big going into the division. To have one win, and we can carry that on for the rest of the season and make it maybe go to playoffs.
So talk about, your defensive teammates as a whole, what has enabled you guys to to keep up and not focus on the win-loss record, but to keep playing strong? And how do you guys get through that, especially with people talking in the background, maybe So how do you block that out of your mind and focus on the game for Friday night?
Well, we just played hard as a team, and we just think it's fun. All of us think it's fun, so we don't worry about what happened in the past. We just focus on the future, and we just play hard.
All right. Well, thank you, Cody. Now we'll go over to Coach Bob McCrory here. Coach, talk to me about Cody's effort Friday night. What does it mean for you as a defensive backs coach to see him play with such effort and to give that kind of emotion on the field?
I don't think it's big anytime you see, from week one to where we're at now, is just seeing Cody grow as a player each week, and he's really grown up a lot. The defense as a whole, we have a lot of young guys over there. Didn't have a whole lot of experience coming in, with Cody being one of those guys. But each week we're seeing progress, and it's the game's kind of slowing down for him, and I feel like as a whole, the whole unit's getting better.
Now, Coach, you played some you played at USM, and you played at with the Baltimore Orioles organization. Talk about that, and how has that helped you, to kind of show these players not to give up, that big things are on the horizon?
The biggest thing is from experience, and all of us coaches have been there. You're going to face adversity in life, and that's one of the things these kids have to understand is you can't get too high or too low with one game. It's a process, and we're getting bigger, we're getting better. It's a week at a time is what it is. And anytime these guys that haven't played, it's a different speed, and I think that's the biggest thing that kind of correlates for me from playing at that level. Is every level you went up, the speed of the game changed. It was no different in high school athletics. When you go from the youth sports here to the junior high and the JV, every step of the way the game speeds up a little bit on them. So it's going to take that adjustment period, and guys like Cody, I see those adjustments. It's just growing as a whole. Expecting big things out of it.
All right, thank you, Coach, and it's been another edition of Kicking It with the Coach, sponsored by Middleton's Tree Service, and our Player of the Week sponsored by Razmy's Party Supply, coming soon to Laurel over there on Leontine Price Boulevard. Used to be Meridian, I think. It wasn't it Meridian Avenue, Beacon Street. Well, it's all the same. It's all in the same neck of the woods. But Leontine Price Boulevard. So thank you guys a whole lot. We'll be back Friday, 6:30, pregame show, talking Tiger football there at the Dog Pound as the Tigers take on Bay Springs. Then we'll be coming to you live from SoSo for the Flag Day. So we'll be down there talking with the players, coaches, and giving them a little airtime. So thank you guys again for listening. For Cody Hyatt, for Bob McCrory, and Keith Braddock, I'm Big John. Kinsley wasn't here today. He's out subbing, so hopefully he won't get sick. But thank y'all for listening. We'll see you Friday night from Bay Springs. Thanks, and God bless.